This is Made for More Living with Johnny Jennings. Online at madeformorerealty.com.
So we are back with Lyndsay Brown, and she works for Two Men and a Truck.
Sure do.
Premier moving service here in Sacramento. And so again, Valerie and I have only had one person kind of help us move, because we started moving. We're like, is it really worth it? And we started moving, and we're like, oh my gosh, our backs are tired.
Yeah.
Like, we have little kids that are like running around, and so we ended up calling a moving service. And I was really impressed with, it was just I don't even know how we found them, honestly, but how quick and how easy it was.
Yeah.
Because even after we finished the move, I was like, okay, if we had to move back, we would know how to move all this stuff much more efficiently now that we've done it once. But you guys actually have like a training program that you walk them through. Can you tell us a little bit about what that looks like?
Yeah, definitely. So we have a pretty robust training program. Not only do we teach them we do packing and unpacking services. That's an option for people, definitely. But we really go into a lot of detail about how to deal with different personality types, which I don't think a lot of other moving companies do. For example, there will be a lot of moves are not happy moves. They're not like, oh, yay, we bought a house. Some moves are domestic violence situations. Some moves are, moving mom out of a home that she shared with dad, and dad just passed away, and she's moving into assisted living. Or, in that same category of the senior move. A lot of times we will move people that are suffering from Alzheimer's or some type of dementia or memory care issues. So our guys get training on, if there's a person who asks the same question multiple times, we train them, don't get frustrated. They are dealing with certain issues that you may not know about. Yeah. Or if somebody gets upset, they're like, oh, don't move that. That's my grandfather's favorite, I don't know, clock or something. We teach them how to deal with those situations. Plus, they are also working really hard, and moving is one of the absolute most stressful.
Absolutely horrible. Yeah.
Because I've worked with Two Men in a Truck before many times.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, absolutely. And those are a couple of things that I noticed right away, is that they're patient. And they're just patient, calm and relaxed, which, like she said, can be a very stressful situation, but they are not stressed at all. Yeah. They're very patient, take their time in making sure that, I think that's one of the most important aspects, is making sure that this time of transition and everything that's going on, which is stressful for the client, no matter what the situation is, even if they're just moving down the street, but having that calm, patient, presence with your moving company is very helpful.
Yeah. I mean, so we were talking about this morning. We do a morning huddle every day with the team. And we're talking about the value in having a good attitude.
Yeah. Oh my
absolutely.
gosh. Emotional intelligence, emotional regulation. Yeah. That's
it's a game changer, not only in your personal life, but also in your professional life. And so I'm thinking about like how stressed out Valerie and I were on our most recent move, and it's hot, everybody's sweaty, you can't find anything, people are hungry, tired. And then the movers ended up coming in. They were super level-headed.
It's so funny because I'm out in the field probably 80% of the time. But when I do go back into the office, sometimes I get the chance to see the drivers or the drivers and movers pulling in and getting out of the truck and going in into the operations building. And they're all in such good moods, and they're kind of skipping around. And it's so funny. I told my manager this. He's like, please don't ever say that to the movers. But I was like, I feel like it's our boys are coming home from war or something. And these are like the rock stars. Like, we're like, oh, yay. But he's like, don't ever say that to them, please. Because they don't want their egos. But I'm like, whatever. But
that's how happy they are. They just seem like they really enjoy their work. They
enjoy their work. We treat them very well. We respect them. They're our employees. We really take care of them. So it does.
That's a good point. They're not contracted out, so you have more control, more accountability.
Yes, and the liability is on us, if they get hurt or anything like that. So.
And you guys, it's you mentioned you do randoms, so you do drug testing.
Random drug testing, yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So
that's good.
You don't have to worry about anybody in your home that's going to be, stealing or anything like that. These are our guys, and they're very trained. We trust them.
If you see Liz show up in a moving truck, then you should be concerned.
Liz or
Lyndsay, sorry, Lyndsay.
Oh my gosh. I was like, you guys have a nickname already.
Do I look like Liz? Do I look like a Liz?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, you don't want me in one of those, trust me.
The ice water with the mitt.
Should we talk about should we save that story for later about my U-Haul ish?
No, let's talk about it because this is a good point. Like I was
didn't
thinking,
know about this, and it's funny.
I was thinking about like why don't you just hire? Why don't you just bring a couple buddies, borrow a truck, and make the move? Especially
buy a pizza, and that's what most people seem to do.
In your 20s, that works. In your 20s, a pizza and a 6-pack of beer is great. Like
some PBR.
Yeah, totally. Like I've done that countless times. I am in my 40s, almost in my mid 40s. It's okay.
You're young for an oak tree.
It's okay. Yes, I'm young for an oak tree, and I'm full to the brim with Botox and fillers. So we're doing well.
Your preservatives.
Yes, I'm preserved in time.
Yeah.
But where was I? Oh yeah,
U-Haul.
So the U-Haul. So I was a young, ambitious, engaged woman at one point, and my then fiance and I were moving from Midtown to Land Park. We rented a U-Haul. We began to argue, as a lot of couples do, just in life, but also specifically in moving. Like, it's the most stressful
I don't know
thing.
what you're talking about. That's when Valerie and I, we move just for fun.
We get along so well all the time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Before someone gets married, they should be forced to have a moving experience
together.
So you really get to know the person under a stressful situation.
Oh yeah, I mean, Jeff. His name's Jeff. He's the father of my child. I love him. He's one of my closest friends. Like it just didn't work out, obviously. But we moved from Lake Tahoe. We used to live in South Lake Tahoe. So we moved from Tahoe to Sacramento, and we actually rented a U-Haul and had to, I haven't thought about this in forever, we had to tow one of our cars. So like we've done multiple moves together. But this specific move, so I was driving the U-Haul. I can't remember why I was driving. I've always prided myself. Pride?
You're always proud of how
I have always been proud of myself for my driving skills. I used to live in LA and I could parallel park anything. But this day I was not paying attention and we were arguing and I think I was like, take the ring back, just this dramatic thing.
I can't envision that with you
I'm
at
not
all.
like that anymore. I've grown since then.
I can't see that at all.
I've grown. Anyway, so I'm trying to park the car in Midtown, and I wasn't paying full attention, and I sideswiped my own car.
Your own car.
While I'm in the middle of an argument that I think I was winning.
You were winning up to that point.
Yeah. And so I'm like, wow, I not only look like a complete idiot, I also have to fork out money, and so it was a whole thing. About $3,000 later, I got my car fixed, and we that move cost so much more than if we would have just hired movers because I sideswiped my own car.
So movers for moms, 2 men in a truck, not only helping you move, but possibly saving marriages, right?
I mean, it didn't actually. Well, yeah. I mean, but I don't think.
But the point is that sometimes you're saving. Here's the thing too, though, when you're moving stuff like refrigerators, TVs, furniture, like some of this stuff is not cheap.
Yeah.
And if you break it, now you have to replace it. Whereas if you would have just hired a mover.
Well, also we have a ton of moving supplies as well. I actually just finished working on this fancy list, but we've got TV boxes. We've got I'm trying to remember the technical term, but we have a box that's specifically for dishes. It's like a dish. It doesn't matter, but we've got a ton of different supplies. And
so you can just buy them from you guys, like online?
And we can, if you spend over $80, we can deliver them for free too. So.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, but
most people will need more than $80 worth of boxes if you're buying them.
Yeah, totally.
I always remember when, in my many years of moving, is that I never strapped everything down properly.
Yeah.
I'd be driving down the road thinking, oh crap, what was that sound?
Yeah.
Oh no, shoot, I hope that wasn't the TV.
Oh, during that move, now that I think about it, during that move that Jeff and I did it was the one from Tahoe to Midtown. We got to Midtown and our apartment wasn't ready yet. And I totally forgot until the apartment was ready. It was like 3 days. It was so annoying. We had to find. Anyways, I took everything from the refrigerator and put it in a box. And I thought we were just there was raw chicken in there and stuff. So it was 3 days. And I think it was summer. No, it wasn't summer because there was snow on the ground. Anyways, so we opened the back of the U-Haul finally.
And all your stuff.
No, it wasn't all the stuff. It was just I was like, oh, the refrigerator box. There's oh, there's like chicken. It was just gross. Like I totally forgot that we had food. But like, I don't even think we could have done, we probably would have just thrown it away. But yeah, it was a whole thing.
But
moving sucks.
It does.
Sucks.
But this brings up a good point too, though. Are there certain things 2 men in a truck won't move?
Oh, that's a good question. We will not move anything living.
That sounds safe. But counting plants.
Yes, humans as well.
Yeah.
We also won't move dead humans, just for the record.
Okay,
we don't have that in writing, but just know that that's a thing. So we won't move anything living. We won't move any toxic materials, which includes human waste. So unfortunately, sometimes we'll show up to a location, and specifically in like the older community, sometimes there will be like fecal matter on like couches or anything. We want to make sure our guys are protected, so we won't move any toxic materials, no chemicals. If you've got a lawnmower or something, you have to make sure the gas is out of it. We won't, I forgot to tell you, we won't move weapons. If you have a gun safe, it has to be empty. What else won't we move? Our guys won't move anything over 500 pounds, but if you need something moved, we have a lot of connections. We can source out like pianos and stuff like that.
Okay.
Jacuzzis, a lot of people ask for that. We don't move those unless they're under 500 pounds, but like what jacuzzi is under 500 pounds?
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
But okay, so that's good. So basically, common sense stuff.
Yeah.
They'll prep you, so like if you have gas or if you have containers and stuff like that, just make sure they're empty or they've been drained.
I was going to make a joke about having gas, and I just got distracted.
Okay. Go ahead. Now's your chance.
No, I didn't.
Now's your chance.
Oh my God.
You're like, so if you have gas, I was like, if you have gas.
Okay,
go
Have
ahead.
we started broadcasting yet?
Yeah. Unfortunately, yes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, but basically, when they call, they get their quote. They know how many trucks they're going to need. And in that process, that's when they're also like told, hey, make sure you don't have this.
Do the girls?
So that way they know.
I'm trying to remember if I've overheard them say.
I'm sure it's somewhere in the paperwork.
Yeah, it's definitely in the paperwork. I don't know if they actually verbalize that during an estimate. Yeah, I don't. I think it's if people ask. But it's definitely in the paperwork that they get. Definitely. Yeah.
And you guys also provide like a crate service, right?
Yeah, that's the crate service is best for cross-country moves. If you kind of have an open end of like when you need your stuff, I would suggest the crate service, because we put your stuff in a crate, load it up to one of those big, huge, long, like super long trucks. I don't remember the technical term. But it doesn't go from point A to point B. It goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G. They're picking up other stuff along the way. But I would say if you're like moving to Florida or something like that and you need your stuff a specific day, just get one of our trucks, move it across country, and, it's a lot more organized not organized. What's the word I'm looking for?
Cost efficient.
Direct, I guess you could say.
Okay.
No, it's actually more expensive that way.
Oh, the crate's more expensive.
No, the crate is more cost efficient.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, look at us.
There we go.
We're just getting all confused, huh?
But so you do have the crate service, and then so that's you mentioned the cross country moves. So you guys do local and cross country,
Yes.
international, all the way to Alaska.
Yes, all the way to Alaska, which is in the United States.
You got it.
Yes.
And then another cool thing that you guys do is no deposit. So
Correct.
they can reserve a spot and there's no upfront deposit.
Yeah. So we won't put a hold on your credit card or anything like that, like they do when you check into a hotel and you get charged for incidentals.
Yep. And so if somebody's thinking about making a move, when should they, like, how much of a leeway do they need? Is it like next day, or is it?
I mean, sometimes we can do next day. I've heard of that. We don't do same day, but yeah, we've done next day moves before. It just kind of makes it. It depends on how many trucks we have and how many guys we have. But we've done next day moves many times. Yeah.
But maybe just reach out.
Couple days a
later.
week. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's the best way to get a hold of you guys?
You could call us at 916-852-7411, or you can go to 2men.com/Sacramento. Or you could just really go to 2 Men in a Truck and just find us that way.
And you'll see the local one.
Location and stuff like that. But yeah if you just you can Google us. There's a lot of ways.
Wonderful. And then what is one thing that, like, 2 Men in a Truck wants people to know? Like, what do they want them to feel? What do they want them to think after having hired you guys?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, one of our slogans is "We're the movers who care," and that absolutely is evident at the end of a move. Like I was saying earlier, our guys come home. They come back to the yard. They're like skipping and having a good time because they actually enjoy what they do. A lot of people dread moving. I hate it.
Me too.
But they're so well trained. They have great rapport, between themselves. We treat them really well. So, just that our guys actually do really care about your stuff, care about you, care about themselves, care about the company. I think that's the major difference between us and other, if you just pick up some guys and say, hey,
come help, to the Home Depot.
Come help me move.
Oh my gosh, I was going to say that, then I thought not to say it, but you said it, so now we're talking about it.
I didn't say it.
What are you talking about?
No, I mean, there's
Home
something.
Depot, they rent trucks there.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant get movers at Home Depot.
Sometimes they have available labor.
Oh,
that's what I was saying too. I was like, there's nothing. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I don't understand what
you're trying to say,
Seinfeld.
Johnny. I don't get it.
There is nothing wrong with that, but you really do get. You get a value with us that you wouldn't get with other companies.
I just like the accountability. Like they work for you guys. They've been trained.
Yeah.
And in addition to, if you're not interested in moving, but maybe it's been a long year and you've accumulated a lot of stuff that you need to get rid of, you guys do junk removal, right?
Yes, we do junk removal. And another we didn't even talk about the junk removal.
I didn't know about that.
So a great thing about using us as opposed to, again, those little signs, you'll drive now, you're going to see them everywhere because your RAS is going to be up. But those signs that say junk removal, call here. Well, a lot of those companies will grab your stuff, but they'll dump it by the side of the road. Like,
no way.
Yes.
It's not in my house. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh. The earth is all of our home.
I didn't do it.
Mother Earth. No, but where we're located, we're in South Sac, and a lot of times to get to because I'm all over, like I said, but I'll go to Folsom, I'll go to Roseville, but sometimes I'll kind of take the back roads to get to Folsom from where we are. And there's there's always different types of junk all over the road. Like there's couches, there's refrigerators, there's just piles of stuff like people. So, we not only take stuff to the junk, but a lot of times our guys will go through the stuff and they'll be like, I want this, I want that. Or like
so it gets recycled.
Yeah, totally. It gets recycled. I'm actually kind of, I don't know about considering, but I've been talking to a couple of charities about, donating furniture to them that we get that we can't use. But I mean, our guys are always grabbing stuff. And
if you have stuff that you're trying to clean up the garage, or you got stuff in the house and you want to declutter, and instead of, borrowing a truck or finding somebody who has a truck and going down to the dump. And I don't know when the last time you've been down to the dump, Johnny, but it smells
I have never
terrible.
been to the dump.
And you back your truck up and then you got to haul it out, which I'm not.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a manly man and I'm very capable of doing that.
You're very manly. I was going to mention that.
If you're older or you just don't want to go through all that hassle, how easy and convenient is it to call up 2 Men in a Truck? They show up to your house and they haul it up into the truck and it's gone in less than an hour. And you're like, phew, that was easy.
Oh my gosh. I have
didn't even break a sweat.
The dorkiest thing that you totally just reminded me of. So like sometimes our guys will be, they'll finish a move and they'll kind of gather in the yard and they'll just be kind of like talking and stuff. Like a few weeks ago, I went up to them. I was like, hey, guys, like they were getting out of the junk truck. And I was like, have you guys ever had someone go, what you going to do with all that junk inside that truck? And they were just kind of like, no, we've never had that. I was like, okay, bye. I just walked away.
That would be a fun little video.
You know,
that'd be a fun video.
Because they don't know what the heck you're talking about. You're talking about a song that was before their time.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, let's calm down with all that before their time.
Fergie, right?
Come on, DJ.
Black Eyed Peas.
It's not that old of a song.
Yeah, it is for them. You're talking about guys that are in their probably early 20s, and you're what, almost 50? Did you say?
No.
Oh my gosh, Matt.
Well, I'm just saying.
Have you seen those memes where it's like the guy says something and then it's funeral music afterwards?
Oh my gosh. I will be 44 in August. I'm a Leo. Oh, 44 is an angel number too.
There you go. Yeah.
I don't remember what that means. But.
Angel, golden birthday, whatever it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
That song. Are you ready?
Wait. Let me guess. Okay.
20 years old. That song is 20 years old. So most of those guys.
What year did it come out?
25.
2005. That song came out in 2000.
That's when I graduated college.
Oh my gosh. So these guys that are talking in the yard, though, they're probably in their early 20s.
Their parents were probably playing. I mean, I DJ and I play song. Like on Saturday, I played Since You Were Gone, and all the kids were going nuts. They were like 16. Yeah, they actually like a lot of that stuff.
The reason they were
Kesha
giving you looks is because they don't know what song
I
you're
think
talking about.
I think
so
it
you
was
probably
just
looked
like
even more foolish than you had
6 foot
thought.
tall blonde woman coming at them in work clothes, like singing. I think I just caught them off guard. I honestly.
That's probably what it was.
Yeah,
But I would encourage you to keep that up.
Like,
That's
that
what
giant behemoth that was singing a song from the past.
But you know what? That's what we love about Two Men in a Truck is they're fun.
Yeah,
they're taking things, not too seriously, and that's the kind of presence that you want when you're hiring someone during a stressful situation. Someone that has that kind of lighthearted attitude
and professional.
And I'm the out in the field gal, so I got to be a little wacky. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to connect.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
you
back
can just
on track.
You can just Google Two Men in a Truck. Google Two Men in a Truck, and you can book them there. Or if you hop on madeformorerealty.com, just use a little chat widget, reach out to us. Yeah. And Lyndsay said she'd get us a discount. So anybody that reaches out that way, we'll give you guys a discount.
Yes. And definitely be sure to mention if you're a senior or a veteran. Those are the better discounts than what I can give. But I can also definitely give discounts.
Two Men in a Truck. Thank you so much for being on.
Yay, thank you.
All right, it's time for this week's listing of the week. Johnny, take it away, buddy.
Are you looking for space, comfort, and convenience? Well, check out 3862 Mission Avenue in Carmichael. This is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom, corner lot home with two-car garages. That's a total of 4-car garage space, and it has RV access. And it has a private backyard with a pool and a waterfall and a spa-covered patio and gazebo. Come enjoy the ceiling fans in every room. It's just a layout made for living. If you love fresh fruit, you'll love this home because you will have apple, cherry, and pomegranate trees right in your yard. All in a quiet neighborhood close to parks, schools, shopping, and freeways. Don't miss out. Call me, Johnny Jennings, at madeformorerealty.com today.